If you're planning to install a new foam hood pad on your older Mercedes, you may end up having to trim it. Some of these aren't cut perfectly to size, and so is the case with my W116 300SD here. This is what I had to trim off the bottom edge along here, and this is the amount that I had to trim along the side. What I like to do is trim it and get it tucked in behind that lip. Now you can see here some glue marks. The last time a hood pad was installed on this car, the person just slopped the glue and let the hood pad hang over this lip right here. But I like to tuck it in so it gives it a real finished look. Up here as well, down the sides, you can see I've tucked it into this piece of metal trim here, and it gives it a really nice finished look. But one of the problems is trying to tuck this in without tearing the foam. You really have to be careful. And I've used plastic trim tools in the past, and sometimes they'll gouge into the foam and start to tear it. But recently, this has become my tool of choice, a very good, high quality, stiff paint stir stick with kind of a rounded edge, because this will allow me to push the foam and work it underneath that lip. You can see here I've trimmed it, and I've got about anywhere from 1/4 to a 1/2 inch overlap. Now I'll take this wood piece and I'm just going to roll it in like this. Now remember, you don't want to put any glue on the edge. Don't put any glue on the very edge of the foam pad or you'll have a problem tucking it in. What's nice about this stir stick is once you get it in, you can run it up and down like this and really work the glue in. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm using the stick. You can also use a stick to help you press in on these areas which are right up against these reinforcement strips. So taking a little extra time, trimming the pad, and using this special tool right here can give you some great results. I'm sure some of you are saying, well, if you trim the pad beforehand, you won't have to trim it afterwards. I use some sort of a box knife, I use scissors. But one of the problems if you try to trim this hood pad precisely before you install it, and you don't get it on perfectly straight, as I outline in my instructions, then you're going to come over here and this is going to fit. You're going to have a problem because once this glues down, you can't remove it without tearing the foam. I have a kit on my website that has video instructions on how to install these hood pads along with our glue of choice. And now I think I'll start including these really cool stir sticks in the kit as well.